Today is the 4th day of the 7th month in the 9th year of Channel Group, August 11, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 현지인 참 부모님께 경배 바로. Let us recite Family Pledge number 1. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to seek our original homeland and build the kingdom of Heavenly Parent on earth and in heaven, the original ideal of creation, by centering on true love. 2. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the Heavenly Parent and true parents. We pledge to perfect the beautiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, and divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. 3. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love. 4. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is Heavenly Parent's ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love. 5. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and physical world as subject and object partners by centering on true love. 6. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the Heavenly Parent and true parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love. 7. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges through living for the sake of others to perfect a world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. 8. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges, having entered the era of Channel Group, to achieve the ideal of Heavenly Parent and human beings united in love through absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, and to perfect the realm of liberation and complete freedom in the kingdom of Heavenly Parent on earth and in heaven by centering on true love.
The opening prayer will be said to us by Mrs. Angelita Bersabal Pacal.
Hello po, good morning. Let's pray po. Good morning, Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, humankind. Before anything else, please allow me to welcoming you here in our virtual morning devotion, together with my brothers and my sisters. Thank you, Heavenly Parent and true parents, for this beautiful day that we gather here as one family, centering on true love. And no matter what we may face today, with your guidance and love, we will be able to endure hardship, overcome trials, and truth and love always prevails in our lives. Heavenly Parent and true parents, please enlighten our heart and our mind with truth and love. Encourage all our friends, neighbors, and families to practice true love. And at this moment, I'd like to pray for true mother's protection with the true family, for their good health and long life. Once again, Heavenly Parent and true parents, thank you for this love and understanding. Thank you to all the blessings that we receive from you and from our true parents. Please be with us until the end of our virtual morning devotion today. This I pray and report to you in our name, June and Angel Paray, Central West Family. Adieu.
you. Let us now offer our individual prayer. Okay. Good morning, Heavenly Parents. Good morning, our true parents. Good morning to all of our leaders, blessed families, all brothers and sisters. Good morning, everyone. My name is Froelan Ramos, and I am your host for today's morning devotion. So let us begin again with our morning devotion by Hondoke reading of our elder sister, our attorney Marisa David. So let's welcome our ating Marisa G. David.
Good morning to everyone, to our leaders and all family members. Magandang umaga po. Mother of Peace, a memoir by Hak Jahan Moon. Chapter 8. The mother builds the family builds the world. Continuation. True love moves on a circular path. Where it starts or ends, no one knows. Love within limits is not true love. True love is always new, yet is unchanging. Circumstances and environments change, but true love remains. It does not grow old or stale. It is ever fresh, in spring, in summer, in autumn and winter, in your youth, your adulthood, and your old age. True love is the power that unites a man and a woman eternally. When you love each other completely, your beloved lives within you and you live within your beloved. True love is the only thing people really are seeking. It transforms every sadness and pain into joy. The fallen word programs us to think that when we give something away, it is gone. In true love, however, the more we give, the more we receive. When our mindset changes from wishing to receive love to wishing to give love, the word of peace will be at hand. Becoming the light of the word to fill your heart for heaven. From time to time, I ascend Mount Balwang in Pyeongchang, Gangwon-do. At the foot of that nearly 1,500-meter mountain is the well-known Pyeongpyeong Resort, a property that our members have developed. It is one of the locations where the popular Korean drama Winter Sonata was filmed. At the top of that mountain, there is a rare tree. I named it the mother and child tree. It is actually two trees of different species that have grown together and become one. A Chinese crab apple tree that is hundreds of years old is the mother, and a rowan tree that has grown up within it is the child. This mother and child tree has flourished like that. They depend on each other and thrive together. Perhaps when the crab apple tree became old and hollow, a bird dropped a rowan tree seed inside it, and a new tree grew there. The crab apple tree embraced and nurtured the rowan tree as if it were its child. Over time, the rowan tree's roots grew deep until it could support the crab apple tree as if it was taking care of its mother. In the same space, the two trees each blossom and bear fruit. They are only trees, but they are example of filial piety. They exhibit what I call Hyongjong, the beautiful love, care, and deep heart of parent and child. Most Koreans, when they first encounter the term Hyojong, tilt their head in puzzlement. It might seem like a familiar concept, but it is not easy to define. They wonder, does it refer to a feeling in one's heart, or does it refer to actual practice? The Korean word hyo also means to be effective, so some even think that it is the meaning. The term hyojong, which I created, includes giving one's whole heart, and so being effective is not entirely wrong. However, the term hyojong that I have been using has a much deeper and wider meaning. Hyo is a term that once was prevalent in the Far East. If we had to translate it into English, we might render it filial duty. However, the word duty is not enough. Hyo means duty motivated by love, duty that is not compulsory but is happily voluntary, and that provides one's life its deepest meaning. Of course, that includes sincerely honoring and truly loving your parents. Hyo is a beautiful Korean tradition and also is the foundation of life. It is sad to see that the concept of hyo is slowly disappearing in society. When I hear the word hyojong, I think of my oldest son Hyojin and my second son Hyunjin, who had special places in my heart. Both have passed into the spirit world. Hyojin passed on first despite being a teenager. He courageously stood on the front line to protect his father. Hyunjin would always declare, "I will protect my father." At the end of 1983, at the peak of the Cold War, my husband and I were speaking at a large victory over communism rallies in South Korea. We knew that communist sympathizers were determined to stop us. The final rally was in Gwangju, the heart of the leftist movement in South Korea. When my husband was about to go on stage to give his speech, I noticed that his tie pin has disappeared. What happened to it? I thought, feeling puzzled. Where did it go? A few moments later, while my husband was on stage giving a speech, on the other side of the Pacific Ocean in upstate New York, Hyunjin was involved in a car accident. Hyunjin was driving on a two-lane road when a tractor-trailer coming the other was hit black ice and slid into his lane. He veered the car to the right but could not avoid a head-on collision. He swerved in such a way that he took the direct hit on the driver's side, saving the life of his friend sitting in the front passenger seat. We found out later that there had been agents trying to kill my husband in Korea that day. They had entered the auditorium in Gwangju and tried to reach the stage, but they could not get through the packed crowd, and so we could not carry out their plan. Satan was targeting the father, but when that evil plan was thwarted, Satan took the son as a sacrificial offering. By sacrificing himself in his father's stead, Hyunjin kept the promise he had made, "I will protect father." When Hyunjin was born, he didn't open his eyes for 3 days, and I felt so worried about him. At the end of his short life, he passed away as a son of the greatest filial devotion to his parents. This deep filial piety is engraved in the hearts of our members. Jude.
Thank you very much, Ate Marisa David, for wonderful reading. So now let's go on with the 10 points of gratitude, and that will be given to us by Madam Florida Alejandro.
Good morning, brothers and sisters.
Good morning, ma'am.
I'm happy to share my points of gratitude. The first one is, I'm always and forever grateful that I met the principal. I met your parents and they gave a blessing. Second one is, I'm grateful that my two parents taught us the reality of the spirit world. My mother just as aware as not to be. But since a true father taught us that there is really a spirit world, it comforts my heart that my mom is already in a safe place. And the third one, I'm grateful that before this pandemic broke out, my husband already arrived in the Philippines. I cannot imagine myself na ako lang and my children nandito sa province namin without my husband. And I'm grateful that Heavenly Father allowed him to go back here in the Philippines. The fourth one is, I'm grateful to our Kuya Wensi and to our Ate Jassy and to our very dedicated center leader, Kuya Connie. They keep us updated and dapat malaman namin lahat yung news sa church. Lagi yung nagpapaalala sa amin. Thank you, Kuya Connie. And finally, I'm grateful that Heavenly Father will prepare this technology for us, especially in this situation right now. Imagine ourselves kung walang technology na ganito and may pandemic, so hindi tayo makakapag-meet ng ganito. And Heavenly Father will prepare this technology na kahit na may pandemic na ganito, we could still having this gathering. We could still have this morning devotion kahit na tayo magkakalayo pa, kahit na nasa Mindanao yung iba, nasa Quezon yung iba. We could still meet and really God prepared this technology for us. Now that's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mama Flor Alejandro. Now, we will be hearing the offering song from the Ramos tribe. So let's hear it. Papawi kailan pa man sa puso't diwa, tayo'y isa lamang kahit na tayo'y magkahiwalay. Pagka ng Diyos natin, Diyos ng pag-ibig, magmahalan tayo't magtulungan, at kung tayo'y bigo ay huwag limutin na may Diyos tayong nagmamahal. Sikapin sa ating pagsuyo, ating ikalat sa buong mundo, pag-ibig ni Ama na siyang sumasabog sa Pagkalang Diyos natin, Diyos ng pag-ibig, mahal tayo magtulungan. At kung tayo'y bigo ay huwag limutin na may Diyos tayo na nagmamahal. Pagkalang Diyos natin, Diyos ng pag-ibig, magmahalan tayo't magtulungan. At kung tayo'y bigo ay huwag limutin na may Diyos tayong nagmamahal. Diyos ay pag-ibig, Diyos ay pag-ibig. Thank you, Be. Okay, so brothers and sisters, let us now prepare our heart and our mind to receive the message for today by none other than our very artistic and very hardworking National President, our very own Reverend Leo Angelotti Halo.
Thank you very much to our brother from Urgently, our Kuya Froilan. Maraming salamat po. I would like to greet our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good morning to all our beloved Chonbo families, all our leaders, our Blessed Central families, brothers and sisters. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. And thank you very much for our families from Region 3 for hosting today's morning devotion. Thank you for that wonderful song to your family, Kuya Froilan. Maraming salamat po. Always you are offering song for us. Thank you po. And also for the 10 points of gratitude that was shared to us by our elder sister, Ma'am Flor. Thank you for that inspiring and very artistic 10 points of gratitude. Yeah, maraming salamat po. So, welcome po once again. Today is our 20th day of our 5th National Morning Devotion. So, we are again halfway to complete this another 40 days. Yeah, thank you for joining every day. We are truly learning many things from our true parents. Today, I'll be sharing po sorry, I just need to plug my computer. Today I'll be sharing this topic entitled True Parents' Sermons Are a Treasure. So yesterday I shared about absolute obedience to true parents, and then we learn that only there is one set of true parents, there will be no more, only our beloved true parents. So today I would like to share with you the value of true parents' sermons. So true parents' sermons are a treasure. So let us study together. True Father said, the contents of these books are to save the sons and daughters of this world. How many volumes of my sermons have been published? Up to now, you have not been interested in the books of my sermons. From God's viewpoint, no matter how many books you may find in a library, they are of little use compared to the books of my sermons. Think about the fact that there are a huge number of volumes of my sermons. The contents of these books are to save the sons and daughters of this world. The volumes of my sermons are still first editions. If you buy them, they will become your prized from generation to generation. When I was reading this message of Father, I realized really how really important the sermons, all the speeches of our true parents, of course, the divine principle, and then the speeches of true parents that helps us to understand more what we need to do in our life, how to fulfill our responsibility. And then Father mentioned here, the contents of these books are to save the sons and daughters of this world. So what we are doing now is actually to save. We are saving all the children, all the people, all the children of our Heavenly Parent and true parents. So where can we find the way to be able to really save everyone? We can find all the answers, overcoming all challenges and difficulties through these books, the sermons of true parents. That's why how important these books are. There are more than 1,200 volumes. Sabi nga ni Father dito, the volumes of my sermons are still first edition. And this speech was given 1999. So really, true parents is emphasizing today how important the speeches of true parents are. Kaya nga, can you imagine how are we going to read po itong mga ito? Kaya nga si True Mother this time actually, few years ago, True Mother like compile and then the 3 major scriptures, at least yung 3 major scriptures mabasa po natin. Yung dati, through Father, before Father went to the spiritual world, Father emphasized yung 8 great textbooks, right? But yun nga, still we can read those things, and then through Mother compile and then gave us the 3 heavenly scriptures. So actually really so many speeches of true parents. Kaya nga this time many things still we really do not know. Kaya nga kapag mabasa natin, when we go back, really we can learn so amazing things that true parents have spoken years ago. Really, this book, sabi ni Father, from God's viewpoint, no matter how many books you may find in the library, they are of little use compared to the books of my sermon. Kaya nga, sometimes if we have many times, of course, it's good to read other books, to add up knowledge natin. Maganda naman po yun siya. Pero, really, how much time we are also giving in reading the speeches of our true parents. Ito po kasi, ang content, sabi ni Father, these are the solutions to save all humanity, to save the sons and daughters of this world. Kaya, really, if we have really time, we have to spend more on reading speeches of true parents. These are most precious books all throughout history. These books of true parents. Really amazing. Actually, sabi ni Father dito, if you buy them, they will become your pride from generation to generation. So, kaya tayo po, many of our elders, blessed families natin, you have many books in your houses, right? Books of true parents. So, this will be our pride from generation to generation. Lahat po ng speeches ni true parents, lahat ng books ng true parents na meron po tayo sa bahay natin. This will become the pride. This will become actually the gem in our families that will be treasured by our descendants from generation to generation. Sabi ni Father dito, how precious these books are. Aju? So, this is how important ang mga books po ni true parents, mga speeches nila. That's why, really, as we read, as we study, as we discover many things, then we can be able to, fulfill our responsibilities slowly and be able to move forward in saving all humanity. Kasi ito po ang content talaga lahat ng speeches ni true parents. That's why we can see, right? Ngayon, we are studying true parents' words from true parents' speeches, then many words, even I myself, many new things na hindi ko pa nabasa before, I could see now. Can you imagine? Kapag hindi tayo nag-invest ng time to read this, how can we know? Sometimes we have many problems, we do not know how to solve this, but when we read, we can find the answers. Actually, we can find the answers, we can find the solutions from the speeches of true parents. That's why how really important. Minsan naging busy na tayo ng sobra. We are doing many things. We became busy in our business. We became busy in our careers. We became busy in many things. Sometimes we don't have time anymore to read. So, and then difficulties and challenges are continuously coming. How to overcome them? Actually, solutions are already given by true parents. Kaya nga, lahat po ng problema nga na meron tayo ngayon, may solution na po yan. Already, true parents have given us all the solutions. True parents have given us all the answers. Saan po natin mahanap yon? Sa lahat ng speeches ni true parents, sa divine principle, and then in true parents' speeches and words that was given to humanity years ago from 1950s. Right? Kaya nga pag may problema tayo na hindi natin masolve, please research from true parents' words. You will going to surely find the answers. Of course, we need to pray. We need to pray. And then we need to continue to search from true parents' words. You will surely find the answers. Aju, how precious these books are. Kaya nga pag meron tayo sa mga bahay po natin, minsan ang dami nating books sa bahay natin, pero ang reality, hindi pa natin nabasa. Diba? Yung iba, hindi pa natin nabuksan, ganito, ganyan. Pero ang dami nating books. Wow, truly amazing, the words of true parents. So sa buhay po natin na very short, we have to really set aside time para magbasa ng books ni na true parents, ng speeches nila. Aju? Kasi nga, to do our responsibility, we need to find how to do it very well, very clearly. And then through the speeches of true parents, we will going to know very clearly how to do things detail by detail, how to overcome different situations. Aju? So this will bring us to victory. Lahat ng mga words ni na true parents. Really amazing actually. True Father said, they are the most valuable of all books. If you think about this from God's viewpoint, they are the most valuable of all books. There will be never be a second set of true parents. For eternity and absolutely, there will be only one set of true parents. You need to learn what kind of person I am. I do not think you know how deep, high, and broad I am. Yet you can know my character through the volumes of my sermons. These books are like a lighthouse, giving out light in the darkness of night. Wow, truly very beautiful, right? You know, these words of true parents, you know, mga books nila that contains all their speeches and their words. Ang sabi ni Father dito, these books are like a lighthouse, giving out light in the darkness of night. Can you imagine kapag walang lighthouse, what will going to happen to the ship? The ship even, you know, cannot know its destination. Right? Kasi yun yung tinitignan nila, yung lighthouse, that is the destination. So, these books of true parents, they are the guiding light for humanity. They are the guiding light, you know, to give light to the darkness. Kaya kahit na gabi, pag may light, then you will going to know where to go. Right? So these books of true parents, their speeches serves as lighthouse. Aju, really amazing. So ang mga books ni na true parents are the most valuable of all books. Kaya nga minsan iniisip ko yung life natin very short, how to read all this. Kung ikaw mag-invest ka pa sa pagbabasa ng kung ano-anong libro, of course, sometimes it's very good to read other books. But, you know, I heard also some guidance, you know, instead of reading, you know, a lot of books, you know, lahat ng books ni na true parents, kasi hindi lang po ito nakasenter sa isang aspect. Hindi lang. True parents talks about everything under, you know, everything under the sun. Lahat, meron silang speeches from the academics, from politics, lahat po. Kaya minsan meron tayong mga specific na yun yung binabasa natin. Depende sa course natin, sa career natin. Of course, it's important. Right? But you know how important even sa medical, even about health. True parents is the most, you know, lahat ng speeches nila, more than a doctor, kahit pa mga expert natin, the teachings of true parents, their words are more than any expert in this world. Mapa-ekonomiya man yan, mapa-politika man yan, mapa-medisina man yan, kahit ano pong aspeto ng buhay, kahit anong kurso, kahit anong expertise, true parents has speeches, you know, talking about very specific and very clear things about these courses. More than anyone in this world. So sina true parents, they are the expert of experts in all fields. Aju? Kaya nga, if we want to know many things, you know, we need to just, you know, discover. We just need to research from true parents' words. So more than anything, more than giving our time to certain, mga authors, mga books, of course, kailangan natin yun kung what we are pursuing, but we have to give more time studying, learning, discovering, researching through parents' teachings, through all their books that they have published. Ju, really amazing. So these books will going to give us direction sa buhay natin and help us to solve problems. Lahat ng mga dark na hindi natin makita masyado, yung clarity niya, once we read through parents' books, through parents' speeches, this will going to serve as lighthouse. Lahat po ng hindi natin maintindihan sa buhay, mga difficulties na hindi natin ma-overcome, for sure, we can find the answers. And we can solve all these things. Ju? That's why everything is given to humanity already. Lalong-lalo na po tayo na nauna ngayon that have learned through parents, have known through parents, have learned about their teachings. Ju? So only true parents are the ones who will give all the solutions to all the problems. And then they are the only ones, wala na pong susunod pa na true parents. There will never be a second set of true parents. For eternity and absolutely, there will be only one set of true parents. So their words are the most precious. Their books are the most precious in the world. All of heaven and earth, right? All the solutions of the problems of this world, from the past, in the present, and even in the future. All the answers, all the solutions are already in true parents' teachings, in all their books. Kaya ano lang kailangan na po natin gawin ngayon? Just continue to search and discover. Read and read and read and read. You will going to find answers in all your problems. Ju, this is truly great and amazing. Wow, our true parents who came and then living together with us. Tapos tayo, marami pa rin tayong problema hindi masolve sa buhay. So what is the problem? The problem is only us. Right? Already, everything is given to us. So kalkalin natin yung mga books sa bahay natin. Magbasa tayo ng magbasa, mag-aral tayo ng mag-aral. Right? Wow. Really? Kaya kung ano man po ang mga difficulties na hindi natin masolve ngayon, isa lang po ang solusyon niyan ngayon. We have to research and really find the answers, find the solutions to the teachings of true parents, to their words, from their words, and then put it into action. For sure, we can solve all the problems. For sure, we can fulfill our responsibility. Ju, truly, this is an amazing grace and blessing given to us. True Father said, I read them every morning during Hunduke. Many volumes of my sermons have been published. I read them every morning during Hunduke. Now we do not need any more large-scale rallies. I have already taught you everything you need to do. I have even spoken in detail about tribal messiahship. These are not ideas I came up with as I developed the church. I had already made a detailed plan for teaching them in advance, and I have been teaching you on that basis. That is one thing that is to my credit. Many things I have said may have sounded like idle fancy, but I have already substantiated them in my own life. Once you own the volumes of my sermons, preparing your own sermons and similar talks will be no problem. Those books are a vast treasure. All the money in the world cannot compare with the value of those words. Wow! What is more valuable than the teachings of true parents? What is more valuable than the words of true parents? Sabi ni Father dito, all the money in the world cannot compare with the value of those words. Kaya nga, having these books, having these speeches, having this compilation of true parents' speeches sa mga bahay natin, we are like keeping gold in our houses. We are keeping diamonds in our houses. Minsan hindi lang natin na-value, right? But actually, we have in our houses. We are rich. We are rich people. Ju? So, more than anyone, we are one of the richest people. Having all these books, having all these teaching materials, having, keeping all these, speeches of true parents in our houses. Kaya nga po, ano lang kailangan natin gawin? We just need to read them continuously, study them, so that we can embody them, we can practice them in our daily life, and then naturally, externally rin, we will go into anything we wanted. Aju? Kasi andito na yung treasure. Minsan, naghahanap tayo ng treasure. Yamashita treasure. Right? Minsan, some even members are talking to me. Yung Yamashita treasure daw, nandito na. Right? Actually, talagang nandito na po. Kasi we have all these teachings of true parents. We have all their speeches. We have all their books in our houses, in our homes. Kaya lang, nandoon lang po kasi nakastack. Kaya hindi natin nakikita. Hindi lumalabas. Hindi nagbo-bloom. Right? These diamonds, these gems, these gold that we have in our houses kasi hindi natin nabubuksan. Hindi natin nababasa kasi na-focus po tayo sa ibang bagay. Aju? That's why even Father himself, na siya nang gumawa, nagsulat, through him, these words were revealed, is still true. Father is reading his own speeches. 2 hours a day sa susunod na slide, sabi ni Father. So, detail by detail, true parents already prepared everything. He is even speaking to us even about tribal Messiah long ago, 30 years ago. So ngayon, ito na yung ginagawa natin. So may mga chonbo na. Already, true parents have started to talk about this 30 years ago. Really, kaya kahit ano pong gusto natin i-accomplish sa buhay natin ngayon, we just need to find kung paano gawin sa mga speeches ni true parents, sa books nila. And then for sure, all of us will really become victorious more than anyone in this world. Aju? Wow, truly amazing. Kaya nga sa buhay po natin, anong kailangan natin gawin? Very short ang buhay natin. How can we read all these books? Kaya nga, before ginawa natin yung 100 times na nagbabasa tayo, actually ngayon din, even though siguro hindi natin ginawang condition, but continuously, how to find, how to read. Kaya nga minsan when I started to look for what to share, when I read, true parents' speeches, really I was so amazed. Ang dami kong nababasa ng mga new things, first time I learned, and then, ganito pala, ganyan pala, ganito palang kailangan gawin. Truly, these are the most precious gems, the precious diamond, more than gold, more than diamond sa mga bahay natin. The speeches, the books of true parents. Kaya lang kasi, hindi po natin nabibigyan ng time na to read. Right? Nabisi tayo sa ibang bagay, sa maraming bagay sa buhay natin. But for us to be able to do things right and fulfill our responsibility, these precious gems, we need to open, we need to read them. And then this will become our guide in our everyday life so that we can all become successful, we can all become victorious. For sure, we can fulfill our responsibility. Aju? Father said, their content is awe-inspiring. I usually rise at 3:30 in the morning. When I get up, I read from the books of my sermons that I delivered in the past. Their content is awe-inspiring. Since it was I who spoke those words, I know all of the content. Yet when I read them, I still become tearful. People who hear such precious words and then just drift away will have a hard time forgiving themselves. These sermons are more precious than your homes, more precious than your land. Kaya nga minsan talagang hindi po natin talaga naiintindihan deeply gaano ba ka-importante yung teachings ng true parents. Kaya nga bakit kailangan nating pag-aralan day after day ngayon? How many days na po tayong nag-aaral ng teachings ng true parents? Right? Already, 40 days, 160, 180 days na po natin exactly today. We are already studying true parents teachings for 180 days. But still, very little pa lang po ang nalaman natin. Very little pa lang. Even our whole life ng pag-aaral. Can you imagine pag wala po tayong pag-aaral sama-sama? How can we understand these things deeply? And then how can we know these things? Kaya nga, kahit ako nga, sabi ko nga po sa inyo, every day there are new things that I'm learning. Really amazing. So, it gives us so much inspiration na kahit na parang, minsan parang walang pag-asa because of this guidance, because of these words of true parents, like kahit na maulap minsan, like you can always see there's light. This kind of situation sa buhay natin. Because of these words of true parents that gives really life, gives inspiration. Kaya kahit anong difficulties sa buhay natin, these are all nothing when we started to read true parents' words, when we started to read true parents' speeches and guidance. Like everything will be okay kahit anong situation. Aju, si true father nga po, true parents. Can you imagine true father reading his speeches every day? How much more tayo na hindi naman po tayo naggawa nito, nagsulat na mga to. And then minsan tayo pa yung walang time. Can you imagine true father na pinaka-busy? More than anyone in this world. Tapos sarili niya mga speeches. So can you imagine? So these speeches are not merely just comes from our true father and from true mother. These speeches, these words, comes directly from our heavenly parent. Aju, to guide his children on earth to become true sons and daughters. Aju, kaya nga, I'm really grateful this time that we are having this morning devotion. Can you imagine? So I need to also wake up early in the morning. If I don't have time, sometimes I'm doing until late at night, even until early morning, I'm preparing. O minsan kapag hindi ko na matapos, then I need to sleep and then wake up early morning and prepare for hunduke. And then really many things. I was truly grateful to Heavenly Parent and true parents having this opportunity this time to, study every day true parents' words. Truly amazing. Like parang walang problema na hindi masusolve pag nagbasa ka ng speeches ni true parents, walang problema na hindi masusolve. Can you imagine? These are truly like lighthouse. Gives light to this dark world. Aju, that's why kahit ano pong situations sa buhay natin, we can all solve this. We can all find the answers. Kaya anong kailangan po natin gawin ngayon? We need to spend time in researching, reading, studying true parents' words and speeches. Not only the divine principle, right? Of course, the divine principle yung pinakauna, pinaka-core. Through the divine principle, we learn the providence. We could accept true parents, but to understand deeply true parents' words. And then our responsibility sa buhay natin, not enough yung divine principle lang. Right? We have to search and search and search and search and study and study and study true parents' speeches. Aju? Aju. Truly amazing. True Father said, the more you read, the more you will shine and the greater your value will become. How many books of my sermons have you read thus far? This is a serious matter. The more you read, the more you will shine, and the greater your value will become. You have to know everything I have taught. Even a king who makes his nation great, understands the world and knows the truth, will find the books of my sermons to be a treasure. Even now, I am reading and studying my words. I have to straighten out every point before I die. If there are any mistakes, I must correct them. It will be a problem if there are any errors. Wow, truly, I cannot express, hindi ko ma-explain how grateful am I, how lucky we are. Truly, my heart is like delighted, so jumping, knowing all these words of true parents. Father now is talking about this. So, sabi ni Father dito, how many books of my sermons have you read thus far? Maybe we are already like me. I joined in 2005. So now, like 16 years. So for 16 years, how many books of true parents already I read thus far? How many sermons of true parents? So for some, maybe 10 years or 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, matagal na po, ilang dekada na po tayo. So how many books of true parents have we read thus far? Father said, this is a serious matter. Sabi ni Father dito, the more you read, the more you will shine. And the greater your value will become. Wow. So Father said, you have to know everything I have taught. Even a king who makes his nation great, understands the world and knows the truth, will find the books of my sermons to be a treasure. Even now, I am reading and studying my words. I have to straighten out every point before I die. If there are many mistakes, I must correct them. It will be a problem if there are any errors. So that's why, really amazing. And then, True Mother also rearrange, lalo na yung 3 heavenly scriptures. Kasi nga, before yung Chonsongyong, marami kasi doon yung mga words na naulit-ulit. So, because of True Mother also, after 3 years of mourning, True Mother rearrange itong basic, itong tatlo. So, these 3 became 3 holy scriptures. But still, all the other speeches in our true parents are all supplemental. Kaya nga, it's really good when you started to read yung mga old pa na speeches ni true parents. Kaya sabi ni Father, even the words I spoke 50 years ago, still the same now. Ang ginawa lang naman ni True Mother just rearrange well. In-arrange lang ni True Mother for maalis yung mga na-doble-doble. And then, True Mother, made these 3 main heavenly scriptures. But also, every speeches and sermons in the True Parents, even from 40, 50 years ago, everything is connected. Truly amazing. Really amazing talaga. Really true parents, true father and true mother. They're truly the only begotten son and only begotten daughter. Aju, kaya nga sabi ni True Father, how many na raw ang nabasa natin? Serious. This is serious, sabi ni Father. The more you read, the more you will shine and the greater your value will become. In the past, I think it started from 2011 or 2012, yung nagkaroon ng 120 days workshop in the Philippines. Actually, I don't have chance to join that one. I supposed to join then that time. But I was in IPLC and no one could take my responsibility that time. So I don't have chance to attend 120 days. And then in 120 days, they studied all the books of True Parents doon. Nagbasa sila nagbasa. Many of our elders, our brothers and sisters could complete yung 120 days na education that time. So many. So they read, anong focus nila doon? Hunduki actually. Continuous hunduki sila doon ng hunduki. So they were able to read. Talaga lalo na itong mga books ni True Parents, the 3 heavenly scriptures, lalo na that time, they focus sa 8 great textbooks. Kasi wala pa naman yung 3 holy scriptures that time. So they studied yung 8 great textbooks. The True Parents said na basahin natin sa buong buhay natin bago tayo pupunta sa spiritual world. Kailangang mabasa natin. Truly amazing. Sabi ni Father dito, the more you read, the more you will shine and the greater your value will become. Kaya nga, the more we read and read and read. Kasi we don't know how short our life is. Right? Kaya nga, more than anything, we have to really give time reading, studying True Parents' words and speeches. Aju? Aju. Father said, they are like a huge chest full of treasure. So how many books of my sermons have been published so far? So if you have the opportunity to share some of the sermons from these books, you will find many parts that move people to weep rivers of tears. Even now, I read the books of my sermons for 2 hours every day. While reading one of the prayers that I gave several decades ago, I found a part where I mentioned about the fulfillment of the completed Testament age. Even then, this is something that I have been talking about recently. So when I came to that point in the prayer, I felt something that resonated to my bones. How amazing these prayers are. These are not a matter of personal pride. These prayers are full of inspirations, which when I reflect upon them, are stimulating to me even now. They are like a huge chest full of treasure. Truly amazing. Talagang ang mga words talaga niya, True Parents, these are words of life. These are words of inspiration. That's why whoever read their books, kahit na mga first time na mga tao magbasa ng books ni True Parents, they are shedding tears. Tayo, when we read, really sometimes when you read, nagko-condition tayo minsan. And then you come across to this, very moving words of True Parents, and suddenly your tears just come out. Also many experiences I have then while reading. And then I'm really moved, and then just suddenly tears comes out when I'm reading True Parents' speeches. When I come across, really amazing talaga. These words are really words full of life. That's why whoever reads True Parents' words, even Father himself, right? Yung mga binigay niya long time ago, mga prayers niya long time ago, ngayon, and then Father saying here, I'm talking recently with, completed Testament age that I gave long time ago. My prayers, how amazing my prayers are. So these are not a matter of personal pride. These prayers are full of inspirations, which when I reflect upon them are stimulating to me even now. Can you imagine? Father himself, how much more us? Na hindi naman tayo nagbigay ng mga words na to. When you read these words, for sure how much you will be stimulated, how much you will be inspired. Parang wala nang problema sa mundo kapag you are, into this, nagbasa ka ng nagbasa, you like going to enter into a new world. A world that full of love and inspiration. Aju? That's why sabi ni Father, they are like a huge chest full of treasure. Kaya nga yung mga books nila, true parents, speeches nila, these are like, like treasure box full of treasure. Once you open, it's like you are opening a treasure box. And then you started to read, already you're like getting the treasure in your life. Amazing. Truly, our true parents. Father said, now you do not need to give sermons of your own. Now you do not need to give sermons of your own. Rather than making your own sermon to preach, find a title from among my sermons that is appropriate to the occasion and use that sermon in a manner that fits your circumstances. Create a separate book of your own with sermon titles and 3-line summaries of each sermon. Then, whenever you need to speak, all you need to do is to decide the title that you would like to give your sermon on and find a portion of my sermon that matches what you want to say in your sermon. Kaya nga po actually kahit anong title, kahit anong topic na gusto mong ibigay, even me, ako always icon po sa ni true parents. Sa words nila, kahit na anong mga topic minsan iniisip natin ibigay, of course we get from the Bible then, mga codec, but ultimately true parents sermons nandoon lahat kasi. Kahit ano pong topic under the sun. True parents talk about all these things. Ang kailangan mo nga lang gawin is mag-research. Try to discover. Try to find them. Kaya ang maganda po ngayon, meron na tayong mga soft copy. Lahat po, halos lahat ng books ni True Parents, lalo na yung 3 Heavenly Scriptures, True Parents memoir, autobiography both of True Father and True Mother, and then even the 8 great textbooks. May mga soft copy na po ito. That's why when we are making sermon, we can just find, sabi ni Father, you don't need to give your sermon your own. No, you don't need to, galing lang sa'yo. Right? Kasi actually tayo naman, limited naman tayo. Of course, we have certain experiences sa buhay natin. But still, these are limited. Right? There are many things na hindi talaga natin na-practice exactly pa. We are still on the process. Right? Kaya nga, we cannot just talk about our own experiences because it's still a lot of limitations. Only true parents are the ones because they are the only perfect being. They have completed and perfected everything. Aju? That's why whenever we want to give certain topic, you can discover everything, the words of true parents connected to that topic. I-arrange mo na lang. And already you can give sermon. Aju? Kaya tayong lalo na tayong mga pastors, mga church leaders, ang buhay natin continuous researching yan sa teachings ni True Parents. Kasi po, bawat brothers and sisters natin, bawat family, may mga difficulty yan silang pinagdadaanan na hindi nila ma-overcome. Tayo dapat ang magbibigay ng light sa kanila through the words of True Parents. We have to give them and show them how to overcome their problems, how to fulfill their responsibility through the guidance of True Parents, through their words. This is our mission, this is our responsibility. As leaders, as church leaders, as pastors, tayo yung magbibigay ng light sa kanila through the words of True Parents so that they can see clearly where to go, how to overcome, it's really amazing. I cannot emphasize anymore enough how precious the words of True Parents are. That's why when we give sermon sa mga Sunday services natin, sa hundokhin natin, or whatever occasions, True Parents' words should be the center. And we have to capitalize on this in whatever situations. Aju, kasi nga, nabigay na lahat ni True Parents, kaya kailangan natin gawin continuously, research and research and research. Ito, may isang blessed family dito, ganito yung problema niya, paano ko kaya siya matulungan na masolve ito? So we need to research from True Parents' words. Ito sabi ni Father, ganitong gawin mo. Sabi ni Mother, ganitong gawin mo. So once these words comes to resonated in our hearts, in our mind, and we practice this, naturally we can solve the problem. Aju, truly amazing. Father said, this is how you should always give sermons. When you feel that you need to speak about some specific topic, read from the books of my sermons, those that are relevant to the topic, and then give your sermon. Also, even for your prayer, use the word that I prayed. There is nothing heaven likes more than that. This is how you should always give sermons. Kaya nga, even the prayers of True Parents, very, very deep. Kaya nga, before I remember, dati po, there are time na binabasa natin palagi yung prayers in the True Parents. So, sabi ni Father, even when praying, we can, base sa mga prayers ni Father. Right? Sa prayers ni the True Parents. really, today, we have received, like ngayon, I feel that, really great heavenly fortune came to us. Really, parang, we are like, para tayong nanalo sa loto ngayon. Parang, the greatest treasure na nakuha natin because of knowing and understanding that these treasures already we have in our homes. Nakatago siguro sa box doon o nakatago sa ilalim ng ating mga damit, ilalim ng ating unan, itong mga treasure, itong mga gold, diamond sa mga bahay natin nakatago lang kasi. Kaya hindi natin minsan na bibigyan ng value masyado. Right? And then continue pa rin na many situations na hindi natin ma-breakthrough, ma-overcome kasi nga yung mga solutions minsan nakatago lang pala sa sulok-sulok ng bahay natin. And then matagal na, ilang dekada na hindi na natin nabubuksan, hindi natin nababasa. Right? Kaya nga po, ngayon, today, true parents have helped us through letting us understand the value of the words and speeches of true parents na nakatago po na matagal na sa ating mga bahay-bahay. So now this is now the time for us, especially as we are living now in the final stage of the providence, right? We are now living in the second 7-year course. We are not expecting another third 7-year course, right? True Mother is already 78 years old. True Mother wants to complete everything in her lifetime, as much as possible in this second 7-year course by 2027. That's why True Mother is investing everything. So as we continue to read, mga speeches din ni True Mother, sobrang dami na po ngayon, let's continue to read. If you have time, sa marami pong website, you will going to see, na-compile po doon mga speeches ni True Mother. Because very seldom na nababasa natin. Kaya nga sa buhay po natin ngayon, we have to continue, duhundok, read and read, research and research, discover and discover. For sure, we can have the most beautiful life as Blessed Central families, as Chonbo families, as brothers and sisters who knows true parents. We can solve our problems. We can help other people solve their problems. So we can create a better world, right, Aju? So we can really substantially build kingdom of heaven on earth. Aju, that's why really amazing time we are living in. Let's really always, fill our hearts with gratitude, overflowing gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents that every day we are given the opportunity. Let's continue to go this path of really researching the light and give this light to this world. Give this light to our neighbors, to our nation, to brothers and sisters, and especially you yourself can live a beautiful life, heavenly life, that you can become inspiration to other people around us. Aju, through these words and guidance of our true parents, all the problems can be solved. Naturally, all of us can become victorious. We can all fulfill our responsibility. Aju, so today, really, my heart is filled with so much gratitude, actually, to our true parents. Understanding and knowing this, really, let's really appreciate our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Truly, they have given us the greatest treasure in the world that people are longing for. Aju, so nasa atin na po ito. We just need to let it shine. Aju, Aju. So as Chonbo families, as Blessed Central families, as brothers and sisters, we are also treasures of heaven. Tayo po talagang treasure din ng heaven. So all these teachings of true parents, we have to let all the people receive this so that they can also be blessed. They can receive this heavenly treasure. Aju, so let's really do our best, no matter what. And let's really bring joy and happiness to our Heavenly Parents and true parents. And let's really bring light to this world. Aju, so let's really appreciate our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Once again, thank you so much, all beloved Blessed Central families, brothers and sisters. May Heavenly Parents' love and blessings always be upon you and your families. Thank you so much.
Wow, brothers and sisters, let us offer once again our deep appreciation and gratitude to our National President, our Reverend Leo Angelo Tejalo, for continuously inspiring everyone with this morning devotion. 180 days na pala tayo, so continuously, I know that every single one of us has different situation. Many of us have experiencing difficulties, trials, and with this morning devotion, we can find inspiration how we can overcome our difficult situation with love and gratitude to Heavenly Parents and True Parents. So once again, let's offer our virtual round of applause to our National President. Thank you so much, NL. So now let's go for our reflection. So for our reflection, the one who will give now is the Regional Director of Region 3, the father of the 3 third-generation children from True Parents, our very kind, handsome, and hardworking father of the Region 3. So brothers and sisters, let us welcome Reverend Koninobu Sugira.
Good morning po. Good morning, beloved parents and true parents, and also our beloved national leader, Reverend Leon and Halok, and also our brothers and sisters. Today topic is very important. Yeah, the true parents sermons are a treasure. As I know, the truth is actually very important, because through truth we can change our lineage, and we can change our ownership. We can change also the realm of heart, according to true parents. Even though we, especially there are already many second gen and third gen around the world, even though our lineage is belong to God's lineage, however, our actually the life sometimes belong to also Satan. That's why we need to always read the truth that made by our beloved true parents, because true parents made the world with not with the knowledge, but with life. To me, actually, true parents, the life is more precious. Actually, everything what true parents say is from life. So that's why I really want to feel also what true parents feel, but it's difficult to feel. Though I don't know how to get inspiration. What I say also through what I say. Yeah, it's say to get inspiration, frankly. But true parents can receive a lot of inspiration through true parents' word. So it means that words are from the life. So I remember when there is Asia Takon in Korea, that time we went to the Haju Wonjeon, and there is the minister, the Im. He is always taking care of the Wonjeon for the true family, also who are the leaders who pass away. So especially I really can see the life of Im. He mentioned, even though I read the same word 100 times, 1,000 times, I can taste more, I'll say, good, more better, sweet. I can taste sweet. He say that. First time when I listened that, I cannot understand what's the meaning of that. But when I focus on mission fully, I realize really the true parents' words are very tasty. So without mission, yeah, I cannot really the feel value of the true French words actually. If I focus on some just work, yeah, maybe I cannot feel. So important matter is to do mission, and then also at the same time we can read the true French word, so we can understand deeply. So I think I'm very grateful to our beloved station leader because he focused on Fundoke. This is very important, and also I can be awake, yeah, through this Fundoke. I'm one of how say the fan. Yeah, and I like to really be doing this morning devotion. And you thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Reverend Connie, the father of the 3 third generation children. So very, and still the father of the region. So amazing, so challenging. So Reverend Connie's life is really amazing, no? So I remember when I was in the center that time, and with only 1 kid, so I don't know how to survive. So, but Kuya Wence's families and then Connie's families really an inspiration to everyone. How to manage the mission, and then at the same time giving everything to the family. So challenging. Okay, so still have a time. Is there anybody in the Zoom who wants to volunteer? So again, let us welcome Kuya Wency, the regional HTM leader of Cabanatuan region. Let's give him a round of applause, virtual round of applause.
Good morning, everybody, because two parents. Good morning, our great national leader, Reverend Leon Halok, and all our leaders, brothers and sisters. So, the topic today is about treasure. Sermon of True Father is a treasure. Yeah, it's really true. Yeah, so I remember in the early days, my early days in the church, I was so inspired to read the speeches about true parents. And then after I finished the Divine Principle, I believe that this only book, the Divine Principle, can transform the world. So I need to help through parents and God. So during the time in my early days, I always wake up one of my pioneer in Cabanatuan, Roland. His name is Roland. And then I wake up him at 4 o'clock to teach me about how to teach Divine Principle. So little by little, I learned. And then, because I need to help through parents, so the only way for me to help through parents is to teach Divine Principle. So even though I'm not intellectual, but God really used me. Maybe God did not look my intellect, but God see my sincerity in doing God's will. So during and then when I becoming a little by little old in the church, every time I go out fundraising, I always bring Divine Principle, reading while traveling to go to the area. Because I believe that Divine Principle is really a life inspiration, you know, really giving life and light in our mind, and also strength. That's why I was able to really survive, you know. So one of the most experience in my life that I cannot forget is when I attended 120 days workshop in Antipolo. We always read, almost every day, reading, day and night, reading. But I don't feel boring. I feel like I'm living already in the kingdom of heaven. Read Don Song Yong, Divine Principle, Peace Message. No, I don't feel sleepy. Even though I sleep 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then wake up 3 o'clock. Amazing. Don't not become tired. Amazing Divine Principle and the words about true parent. It's really true that the more we read the speech of true parents, the more we will shine, and the more we will acquire our value. Yeah, it's really true that the more we have books of true parents in our house, the more we have a lot of billions of diamonds in our house. As long as we read and practice. But if we don't read and also don't practice, the more problem in our house. Yeah, that's why I have always motto in my life. I want to become walking divine principle, walking truth. Yeah. So I remember when I was assigned in Iloilo, 1 year, my life of faith age is more than 1 year. Every time I read divine principle, I fall asleep. And then I talk to myself, how can you help God and true parents to spread this truth? So I discovered that for me not to fall asleep is I need to read divine principle, putting hot water in my feet. Sometimes I stand under the sun, just only to read divine principle. And then because of that, I did not fall asleep. And then continue reading. So and also when I was assigned in Mindanao, reading divine principle, I experienced 10 hours reading, non-stop, the 8 hours book. I feel so much inspired, really. That's why if only human being discover the value of this truth of true parents, divine principle, and all the books of true parents, they will become billionaire. No problem about financial. No problem. Yeah. I remember the one champion of Hondoke in Japan. He said, God wants only to read and read and read. And then, yeah, that's why if members around the world will always really love reading through parent speech, then finally, really a lot of treasure, a lot of blessing. That's why I encourage all our brothers and sisters to really love these books of true parents more than anything else. And then finally, with heart, yeah, because Satan don't like us to know this truth. That's why before we need to read, we need to prepare a lot of Johnson. Yeah, I have attitude that before I read, I always do bowing. Sometimes 120 full bow, skip meal, because these words of true parents come from blood, so much blood of true Father before God revealed this truth to true Father. And then if we read this without Johnson, we cannot understand. We cannot understand. That's why to understand these words of true parents, we need a lot of Johnson, skip meal. Today I finished my 40 days skip meal. Just only to really follow true parents, Because there's only one set of true parents. There's only one set of true parents for eternity. Yeah. That's why really I'm so really blessed to know these words about true parents. And then I want to continue to read more. Yeah, to study more. So I am so inspired about this topic. Yeah, that our national leader gave to us. I'm so grateful. So I encourage everyone to really resemble our true parents in loving this book, no, so that we can really guide Christianity, we can guide the Buddhist, Hindu, and all people around the world. Thank you very much. May God bless all of us.
Thank you so much, our very own Kuya Wensi. Let's give a round of applause to our Kuya Wensi. Truly, listening from you, Kuya Wensi, always so amazing. It seems no more problems. No, even though you are experiencing so many trials and difficulties, it seems everything will be uplifted, no? So amazing, Kuya Wensi. And then I would like to also personally thanks to the couple of our Kuya Wensi for coming to our home last Saturday, giving the blessing to our tribe. We can able to gather 11 couples, 3 widows, and 6 individuals who don't have a husband together. So thank you so much, Kuya Wensi. You're always an inspiration. No, so mayaman na pala tayo lahat, ano? Saan kaya natin? Anyway, just a joke. So because true parent sermons is a treasure. Ano ba yun? Gold, diamond, kuya, no? We have so many diamonds in the house. So that's our treasure. If we can keep it in our heart and then substantialize it in our life, in our everyday life, it's truly a treasure, because true parents sermons and speech can lead us back to God. So that is the contents of a true parents message. Other books explains only the physical world, just like only physical things, no? Explaining about their discoveries, about science, only in the physical world. But true parents' words will lead us towards heavenly parents, so restoring God's children, which others cannot really understand. So only our true parents receive this vision and revelation, and now they have the blessing that can connects us, to God once again, the most desired wish of our heavenly parents, waiting for His children to come. And now we can understand all these things, how we can return back to our original parents, our heavenly parents. Okay, so brothers and sisters, with this inspiration, let us start our day with gratitude and with happiness, whatever our situation, whether we are in pain, whether we are in trials and difficulties. So there is always an answer to our problems. So let us continuously read and understand our true parents' speech and messages, and then we can find solutions to our problems. Okay, so with this, brothers and sisters, let us have our closing prayer, and the closing prayers will be delivered to us by Pastora Jayon M. Sugira.
Okay, let's pray. Good morning, our heavenly parents and victorious true parents. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to be together in this morning, in our morning devotion led by our Reverend L.A. Hallow. Heavenly parents, once again we could understand more deeper the preciousness of your words, Heavenly Parent. How have you give lot of utmost devotion, blood, sweat, and tears just for these sermons and these words to be here in front of us every day, every morning. Heavenly Parents, we know that as sons and daughters of our Heavenly Parents and true parents, we are unworthy, Heavenly Parents. But however, we really would like to connect to you, Heavenly Parents, every day. And continuously use these words, not only for ourselves, not only for our family, but for others, for our tribe, and for our community. Heavenly Parents, may this morning devotion could spread love and could spread gratefulness in our whole day and whole life, Heavenly Parents. Thank you so much for our Heavenly Parents. Thank you so much for our true parents' word, for our leaders, for our brothers and sisters who come together as one family here in this morning devotion. We would like to close it together with you. This I report in my name, Queen Obadiah and Sugarba Central Family. Adieu.
So that's all, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for joining our morning hondoke. Bye bye. Have a nice day, everyone. Good morning, our NL. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone. Thank you very
Good morning,
much.
everyone.
Thank you, Kabanaton
Keep
Center.
safe, everyone. See you
Thank
again
you very
tomorrow.
much.
Thank you, Lolo Vinci, for the inspiration today.
Morning.
Auntie Jassy.